somehow just imagine that when you get up here, that the audience is going to think that you are not a human being anymore. We somehow magically, like when you cross this line, that I'm not a human. They aren't either. Because if you think about it, you're sitting in those seats right now, and those two fears that we have, right? Let's say that either one of those things happened to me. Let's say something gets stuck in my throat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I do something really embarrassing. What would you do if that happened to me? Are you gonna heckle me? Are you gonna make fun of me? Are you gonna start pointing and laughing? No, right? So we forget that we are the people sitting in the audience, right? Just like you, those are the audience members, right? And the same thing, if I forget what I'm going to say, oh my gosh, do people forget what they're gonna say? Do we have moments where we do normal people things? Yeah, and that's really important to remember that, because it's not about that. It's really about you being up here and saying what you have to say and using your voice to talk about things that matter. The other thing we're gonna do with competence is you have to talk like you know what you're speaking about. I've worked with some professors who have been very intelligent, the expert in their field, and they speak in front of an audience and people go, that person knows nothing. They're completely stupid. Why? Because they can't speak, they stumble over their words, they're stuck behind a podium, reading off of a piece of paper, gripping it, like they just have no other idea of what to do. Well, that perception says you don't know what you're talking about. Because people who know what they're talking about don't need paper. They looked down at their feet and they didn't do well. And at the end of the class, everybody went, oh my God, this sucks. Like, I'm just never gonna make this. And I was like, yeah, you are, you're gonna do it. So the next class, instead, I put something on the wall. I put a big thing on there. And it was all of these positive affirmations. I'm amazing. I'm the best model ever. I'm working it. I've got this. Work. Like, I do crazy things. Just, fun stuff. And I said, just riddle me this, Batman. While you're walking down the runway today, I want you to read those affirmations as you walk. And they went, no, come on, Missy. Like, no. I was like, no. I want you to read them. And guess what happened? Nobody fell. Zero. It was my own little personal experiment, and it worked. And I was very happy it worked, because frankly, I was not a great modeling teacher, and I was really hoping they would get something out of my class, and they did. And one of my girls, I'm very happy, is actually a news reporter. We have a lot of first-generation students, a lot of students who are undocumented or children of undocumented families. And so that was really hard for them to grasp this. There's a model of how we deliver speeches. You need to match this model. And they were going, huh? That doesn't work like me. That doesn't work for me, because one, English isn't my first language, and two, nobody in my neighborhood sounds like this. Why are you trying to make me sound like something that doesn't work, right? So we didn't. They also had no idea when to use academic versus colloquial language. We were getting, which I'm sure. I'm gonna start here. The first one I have is practicing. That is the number one thing you can do to make you be a better speaker. And most people say, I practiced. I promise I did, but I still got up there and I was nervous and I failed. You know why? Because you didn't practice correctly. Our idea of practice is, if I'm giving a speech, I'm gonna grab my laptop and sit on my couch and click through my slides and be like, okay, I practiced. Is that how we practice? It's all about how great you can convince yourself to be. Tell yourself you're amazing, because you are. And remember that what the audience thinks of you is just perception. It's not the reality of who you are. You're just gonna get up here, tell them what you need to tell them, share a message, use your voice to share something that's really important to you, and then leave. And guess what? Most of the time, you will never see them again. So you get to leave them with that wonderful impression, and know you did something really positive and shared who you are, which is an amazing person. So be proud of that. Be amazing, know that you are, and share your message with the world. Thank you.